How to study so fast it feels like cheating. You know that feeling. Staring at your notes, heart racing, but your brain feels stuck in molasses. Like you should be studying, but somehow hours slip away with nothing to show for it. What if I told you there's a way to study so fast it feels like you're cheating the system? Like you absorb everything without the burnout, without the panic, without wasting your time. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's not. It's a mindset and method almost no one talks about. And once you get it, you'll wonder why no one taught you sooner. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, lost in distraction, or just plain stuck, this video is for you. Because studying fast isn't about magic. It's about smart moves that flip your whole approach. Ready to break the cycle? Studying feels like a mountain you keep staring at but never climbing. You sit down full of good intentions, but then your phone buzzes or your mind drifts to everything else except what's in front of you. You try to focus, but your brain just won't cooperate. Hours go by and you realize you barely made a dent in your work. You feel guilty, frustrated, maybe even ashamed. Maybe you tell yourself, I'm lazy, or I'm just not cut out for this, but that's not the truth. What you're feeling is exhaustion disguised as procrastination. It's pressure weighing on you from parents, teachers, your own expectations. The fear of failure is a silent monster whispering you'll never be good enough. You aren't alone in this. So many students are trapped in this cycle, starting with fire and passion, only to burn out or get distracted. The endless to-do lists, the cram sessions, the guilt of wasting time. It's a mental war. You think you need more discipline, but really you need a new way to work with your brain instead of against it. Maybe you feel overwhelmed by how much there is to learn. Maybe your environment isn't helping. Noisy, chaotic, full of interruptions. Or maybe you're scared. Scared of failing, scared of disappointing the people who believe in you, scared of not living up to your own dreams. And the worst part? You don't talk about this. You keep it all inside. You put on a brave face, smile, pretend you have it all together. Because admitting you're struggling feels like admitting you're broken. But here's the truth. Struggling doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. It means you're carrying a weight that no one told you how to handle. You're juggling so much. School, social life, maybe a part-time job, family expectations, and your own dreams. No wonder you feel like you're drowning. This constant pressure builds up, and eventually it leaks out in the form of procrastination. But procrastination isn't just laziness. It's your brain's way of telling you it's overwhelmed and confused. It's a cry for a new system, a new approach. You might beat yourself up for not sticking to your study schedule, but what if the schedule itself is the problem? What if the way you're trying to study isn't designed for your brain, your habits, your life? What if you've been trying to run a marathon in flip-flops? And there's more. When you finally do sit down to study, it feels like you're fighting your own mind. The words don't stick, the concepts blur, and motivation drains faster than water through a sieve. You might cram for hours and still feel empty-handed. The guilt piles up, making you want to avoid the books even more. This loop, distraction, guilt, panic, then repeat, is exhausting, and it chips away at your confidence, making you question if you even have what it takes. You're not just fighting for grades. You're fighting for your future, for your self-worth, for the chance to prove to yourself that you can do this. But the system you're using isn't set up for that fight. It's set up to burn you out. And that's why studying feels slow, painful, and impossible. Because it's not just about studying harder, it's about studying smarter. But how? That's the breakthrough everyone wants, but almost no one gets to hear. In this mess of distraction, guilt, and fear, you need something different. You need a way to study fast that actually works for you. Not a one-size-fits-all routine, not empty motivation speeches, but a real, honest method that respects how your brain works and gets results without the burnout. That's exactly what we're about to dive into next. Because you deserve to study faster, better, and feel good doing it. Here's the brutal truth no one tells you. Studying fast isn't about cramming more hours or forcing yourself to grind until you drop. It's about hacking your brain's natural rhythm, learning how to focus deeply for short bursts, then stepping back before burnout kicks in. Imagine this. Instead of dragging yourself through endless notes, you learn to absorb more in less time. It's not cheating, it's working smarter, finally matching your study style to how your brain actually works. Step 1, drop the guilt. Seriously, that voice in your head telling you you're lazy or not good enough, shut it down. That guilt only kills your motivation. When you beat yourself up, your brain goes into survival mode, which means less focus, less memory, and way more distraction. Instead, treat your brain like a machine that needs the right fuel and rest, because it does. If you want speed, you have to honor your limits first. Step 2 is the secret weapon, the power of micro focus. Here's how it works. Instead of planning, 2, study for 3 hours straight. You break your work into 25-minute chunks. These are focus sprints where you shut off everything else, phone, social media, noise, and only do one thing. This is called the Pomodoro Technique, but it's not just a timer trick. It's a mental reset that trains your brain to stay sharp and avoids the trap of burnout. After each sprint, take a 5-minute break. Stand up, stretch, breathe. Then dive back in for another sprint. Sounds simple, right? But this technique flips procrastination on its head. Why? Because 25 minutes feels manageable. It's not some endless mountain of work. Your brain says, okay, I can do this. And over time, you build momentum that feels unstoppable. Suddenly, studying doesn't feel like punishment. It feels like progress. Step 3 is just as crucial. Active recall and spaced repetition. Forget passive rereading or highlighting endless pages. Your brain doesn't store information by just looking at it. It stores info by pulling it out. So after your 25-minute sprint, close the book and quiz yourself. Can you explain the concept out loud? Write a quick summary. Teach it to an imaginary friend. This forces your brain to work hard, strengthen. And don't try to cram everything in one day. Instead, space out your reviews over days or weeks. This repetition forces your brain to keep retrieving information, making it stick for the long haul. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice pulling information out, the stronger your memory gets and the faster you'll study next time. Now, here's where most students get stuck. Environment. You might be trying to study in a noisy room or with your phone buzzing every minute or under dim light that makes you sleepy. Setting up a focus zone can change everything. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just clear your desk, put your phone on airplane mode, or better yet, in another room, and use headphones if noise distracts you. Small changes like these help your brain get into study mode faster. But maybe the biggest breakthrough of all is changing how you talk to yourself about studying. Instead of seeing it as a dreaded chore, start framing it as an act of self-care. You're investing in your future, yes, but you're also training your brain, building discipline, and proving you can overcome the toughest challenges. When you shift your mindset, you stop fighting yourself. You start working with yourself. Here's a quick checklist to get you started. Set a timer for 25 minutes. No distractions allowed. Pick one clear, specific goal for that sprint. No multitasking. After 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Get up, move, hydrate. Use active recall. Quiz yourself without looking at notes. Repeat 3 to 4 times, then take a longer break. Review key concepts. In short, space sessions over days. Create a focused study environment free from distractions. Talk to yourself like a teammate, not a critic. It might feel strange at first. Your brain will resist because it's used to the old way, scattered, overwhelmed, exhausted. But push through that discomfort. Every sprint builds confidence and speed. You'll find your focus sharpening, your anxiety easing, and your results improving. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about breaking down the giant mountain of work into manageable, conquerable pieces. And once you get this rhythm, you'll realize studying fast isn't cheating. It's mastering the game on your terms. So what's stopping you? Maybe it's fear. Fear of failing. Fear of not living up to expectations. But here's the secret. Fear loses power when you take control. When you own your study process, fear becomes fuel, not a barrier. You're not a victim of your workload. You're a strategist who can win this. The fast study method isn't some magic pill. It's a mindset shift, a tool set, and a commitment to respect your brain's limits while pushing its potential. It's about becoming the smartest version of yourself, not the hardest working version. Because hard work without strategy is like running on a treadmill. You move, but don't get anywhere. And here's a final truth. When you study like this, the confidence you build spills into every part of your life. You start trusting yourself. You stop doubting if you can handle the pressure. You prove you can rise above distraction and overwhelm. That feeling, it's priceless. And it starts the moment you decide to stop struggling and start mastering. So here's where you are right now, overwhelmed, maybe stuck, but not broken. You felt the pressure, the guilt, the fear. You've seen how the old ways of studying just don't cut it. But now you have a new path, one where studying fast isn't about cheating the system, but outsmarting it by working with your brain, not against it. The power of micro-focus, active recall, and a distraction-free zone isn't just theory. It's a real proven way to break the cycle of procrastination and burnout. Today, I want you to take one step. Set a timer for 25 minutes, pick a single topic, and go all in. No phone, no distractions, no guilt. Just focused, deliberate action. Feel what it's like to study and burst, then rest. And when you're done, reflect on how different it felt from your usual grind. That feeling of control, that's your breakthrough moment. If this video spoke to you, share it with a friend who's stuck in the same struggle. Sometimes the best way to commit is to bring someone along, because you deserve to know how to study faster and smarter, not harder. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Your brain is not the enemy. You just need the right tools and mindset to unlock your potential. So start now. Your future self